KNDO Yakima.
Tonight, tense moments in Philadelphia as a teenager tries to board a jet with an arsenal of weapons. Fires roar out of control, destroying thousands of acres of farmland out west. On the health beat, the low-cal diet right at your doorstep. And one man's gold rush in Colorado.
This is USA Tonight with Marvin Scott.
Good evening. A routine passenger search at Philadelphia's International Airport yielded an arsenal of weapons today, triggering a terrorist scare. Passengers were beginning to board Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 007 for Hong Kong when authorities found firearms, explosives, and incendiary devices in the luggage of 18-year-old Yoshino Kosugi, a native of Yokohama, Japan, on a student visa here, studying electrical engineering at Drexel University. Following the discovery, the departure side of the terminal was closed for 3 hours while the bomb squad examined the military paraphernalia, some of which was very cleverly concealed.
We found powder, splash powder and smokeless powder concealed inside these soda cans. This type of things are used by concealed drugs usually, but he had explosive powders in here. The baggage people actually found these grenades. Now these grenades don't have any explosive filler, but they do have live timers on them. Various electrical components that could be used in an explosive device.
The teenager, who will be arraigned tomorrow on federal charges of attempting to board an aircraft with firearms, claimed that all the hardware were simply souvenirs, that he collected military paraphernalia. That hobby, though, could cost him 5 years in prison if convicted. The FBI, which is investigating, says thus far the teenager has not been associated with any known terrorist group. Well, with the constant fear of terrorism, how can we best prepare for terrorist attacks against the United States? Anti-terrorism and intelligence experts have been studying that dilemma for years, and Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy has held hearings on the topic. The one thing they all agree on, it isn't going to be easy. Jeff Kamen reports on the threat of high-tech terrorism that experts predict is headed our way.
American soldiers trained to survive a chemical weapons attack. They are prepared. But what if international terrorists were to use chemicals to attack civilian targets inside the United States?
Small groups, if they're really intent upon doing things, causing real trouble, can obtain through just having an exterminator's license, can obtain nerve agents that are 20 to 30% as toxic as military nerve agents.
The handling of the very first incident, particularly an incident of mass casualties, must be done very well. It must not succeed, because it is the absolute view of everybody in the intelligence community and those of us who work on terrorism that if the first incident, whether it's chemical, biological, or mass casualty of some kind, succeeds, we will see copycat terrorism right afterwards.
Denver, did you get it? Okay, you can drop, Denver. Kansas City? Okay.
This is the AT&T Network Control Center, part of an interconnected, interdependent, high-technology computer-based system which keeps American business, communications, electrical power, and natural gas running smoothly. The system is so complex, so intertwined, experts told Senator Leahy it's vulnerable to terrorist attack, including the stock market's computer networks.
If they were disrupted through either a traumatic event or through a computer virus of some sort, that would have a very devastating effect on the financial community.
Pointing to the electrical power distribution system, Dr. Kupperman warns terrorists could easily destroy key transformers, for which there are no replacements handy and which take up to 3 years to produce.
It is absolutely inexcusable. It is frightening to realize that very